Welcome to Healthy Daily, the channel where every video brings you one step closer to stronger, more balanced, and long-lasting health. Especially for those of you in your 50s, 60s, or beyond, this is your space to thrive. Today we're bringing you an urgent health alert that's often overlooked, because missing just a few key nutrients could quietly weaken the very legs you've always relied on, making them less steady, less strong, and more prone to dangerous falls. Some folks say, I walk every day, I should be fine. Others think I eat a balanced diet. I'm probably not missing any vitamins. But research shows that the majority of older adults are lacking at least 2 of the 7 essential vitamins that directly support leg strength and coordination. And it's not just about walking. Every time you feel a leg cramp at night, every time your knees shake when you stand up, those might not just be signs of age. They could be your body's cry for help. That's why you don't want to miss this video. Before we dive into the 7 vital vitamins and minerals that restore muscle strength, improve circulation, and help prevent falls, please share this video with your loved ones, and click subscribe to Healthy Daily channel. Because just one small change from today's video could help you stay mobile, independent, and confident for years to come. Let's get started. Vitamin D is widely recognized for its role in maintaining bone health, but its impact goes far deeper, especially for seniors. It not only aids calcium absorption in the small intestine, but also supports bone density, muscle regeneration, and neuromuscular coordination, all of which are crucial to mobility and independence as we age. As people get older, their skin becomes less efficient at producing vitamin D from sunlight. Combined with reduced time spent outdoors and changes in diet, vitamin D deficiency becomes alarmingly common. According to the National Institutes of Health, NIH 2021, over 60% of Americans aged 65 and older have vitamin D levels below the recommended range. That helps explain why so many older adults report muscle weakness, fatigue, and frequent difficulty standing up or walking without assistance. Vitamin D plays a key role in activating fast-twitch muscle fibers, which are essential for quick reflexes and balance. A 2020 study from Tufts University found that seniors with blood vitamin D levels below 20 ml had a 30% higher risk of falling compared to those with adequate levels. These fibers help the body react swiftly to prevent slips and falls, which are among the leading causes of injury in the elderly. Take Mr. James, a retired firefighter from Michigan. At 70, he began waking up frequently at night with painful leg cramps and noticed he was stumbling more often when getting out of his chair. A routine blood test revealed a significant vitamin D deficiency. Under his doctor's guidance, he started taking 1,000 IU of vitamin D3 daily. Within 3 months, the cramps disappeared, and his balance and leg strength noticeably improved, restoring both his mobility and confidence. Vitamin D deficiency is also associated with broader health issues like compromised immune function and an increased risk of chronic diseases. Some studies have even linked low vitamin D levels to cognitive decline and early memory issues in older adults. There are 3 primary ways to get more vitamin D: sunlight, food, and supplements. Ideally, 15 to 30 minutes of morning sun exposure on the arms and legs can stimulate natural vitamin D production. However, many seniors stay indoors or use sunscreen, which reduces effectiveness. Food sources rich in vitamin D include fatty fish, such as salmon, sardines, and mackerel, egg yolks, fortified dairy products, and certain mushrooms. For those with limited sun exposure or dietary restrictions, supplements are often necessary. Most health professionals recommend 800 to 1,000 IU of vitamin D3 daily for seniors, though this may vary based on individual needs and medical advice. Regular blood testing is essential, especially if you are experiencing persistent fatigue, muscle weakness, or a history of fractures. Supplementation without proper monitoring can lead to excessive levels, which may cause complications. But with the right intake and lifestyle habits, vitamin D can play a powerful role in keeping seniors strong, stable, and self-reliant. Calcium is one of the most essential minerals in the human body, and its importance becomes even greater with age. As we grow older, the natural process of bone regeneration slows down, while bone loss tends to accelerate. This imbalance causes bones to become thinner, more brittle, and far more prone to fractures, especially in critical areas like the hips, wrists, and spine. Ensuring adequate calcium intake isn't just about preventing osteoporosis. It's a key factor in maintaining mobility, independence, and the ability to care for oneself well into the senior years. Beyond bone health, calcium also plays a crucial role in muscle function. Every muscle movement, from lifting your foot to standing upright for long periods, depends on calcium. The mineral acts as a signal for muscle contraction. Without enough calcium, muscles can't function properly, which can lead to cramps, spasms, and even a noticeable loss of strength, making walking difficult and increasing the risk of falls. A 2019 study by Harvard University found that seniors who consistently consumed adequate calcium had 12% higher bone density and were 24% less likely to experience bone fractures compared to those with low calcium levels. Take, for example, Mrs. Linda, a 76-year-old woman from New Jersey. She had always eaten relatively well and never thought much about calcium supplements. But after a small slip in her kitchen led to a hip fracture, she faced months of painful recovery. Her doctors later discovered she had low bone density. Since then, she's followed a daily regimen of calcium and vitamin D supplements and wishes she had started sooner. The richest sources of calcium are dairy products like milk, cheese, and yogurt. However, not everyone can tolerate dairy, especially older adults who may be lactose intolerant. Fortunately, there are excellent plant-based alternatives, such as tofu, broccoli, kale, almonds, and small fish eaten with bones like sardines. Many plant-based milks are also fortified with calcium, making them great options for those on vegetarian or dairy-free diets. For people who don't get enough calcium through food, alone supplements are often recommended. The general guideline for adults over 65 is $1,000 to 1,200 milligrams of calcium daily. It's best to split this amount into 2 doses throughout the day for better absorption. Calcium should also be taken alongside vitamin D, which enhances its uptake. Calcium citrate is often preferred for older adults since it's well absorbed, regardless of whether it's taken with food. However, it's important not to overdo it. Taking more than 2,000 milliliters of calcium per day, especially through supplements, can increase the risk of kidney stones and calcium buildup in blood vessels. That's why balanced, proper dosing and consultation with a healthcare provider are essential parts of any calcium supplementation plan. Diet and supplements are only part of the picture. Physical activity is just as critical to ensure calcium is properly directed into bones. Weight-bearing exercises like walking, stair climbing, Light dancing or resistance training stimulate bone remodeling and help calcium go where it's needed. Without movement, calcium may not be effectively used by the body, even with supplementation. A strong mobile body in old age, free from the fear of fractures and the need for constant assistance, is a reward that comes from staying consistent with the right calcium intake and an active lifestyle. Vitamin B12, also known as cobalamin, is a vital nutrient that plays a central role in the health of the nervous system and the production of red blood cells. In older adults, B12 deficiency is surprisingly common, yet frequently overlooked, as the symptoms fatigue, numbness in the limbs. Memory lapses or unsteady gait are often dismissed as just part of aging. But if left untreated, B12 deficiency can lead to irreversible nerve damage, severely affecting both mobility and cognitive function. The human body can't produce B12 on its own. It must be absorbed from food, primarily from animal-based sources like meat, fish, eggs, and dairy products. The catch is absorption of B12 depends on a special protein called intrinsic factor, which is secreted by the stomach. As we age, stomach acid and intrinsic factor levels tend to decrease, significantly impairing B12 absorption, even in people who have a balanced diet. A 2018 study from Tufts University in Boston found that nearly 40% of adults over the age of 70 have low or deficient B12 levels. This deficiency can slow nerve signaling, leading to symptoms such as tingling in the hands or feet, a pins and needles sensation, loss of balance, and legs that feel heavy or unresponsive. One real-life example is Mr. Harold, a 75-year-old retired school principal from Minnesota. He enjoyed daily walks and gardening until he noticed that his legs felt increasingly uncoordinated. He stumbled a few times at home and eventually fell at a grocery store. A blood test revealed a severe B12 deficiency. After beginning a treatment plan with B12 injections and improving his diet, Harold saw remarkable improvements within 3 months. His balance returned, and he was once again able to walk independently with confidence. Beyond nerve health, B12 is also essential for producing healthy red blood cells. When B12 is low, the body can produce abnormally large red blood cells that don't function properly, leading to anemia. Symptoms of B12-related anemia include pale skin, ongoing fatigue, dizziness, and shortness of breath, even with light activity. This risk increases in older adults who take acid-blocking medications like antacids or metformin, which interfere with B12 absorption. Foods rich in B12 include liver eggs, salmon, tuna, beef, and fortified dairy products. However, for seniors, especially those with digestive issues or on plant-based diets, supplementation is often necessary. B12 is available in several forms: sublingual tablets, oral capsules, and injections. The good news is that B12 is water-soluble, so any excess is usually flushed out in urine, reducing the risk of toxicity. A typical dose for older adults ranges from 500 to 1,000 micrograms per day if taken orally. For those with significant absorption issues, regular intramuscular injections may be prescribed. The most important step is to get routine blood work done to identify deficiencies and monitor treatment progress effectively. The recovery from B12 deficiency can be dramatic. Many seniors report sharper thinking, better sleep, improved coordination, and significantly reduced fall risk once their levels return to normal. At a stage in life where every ounce of independence matters, vitamin B12 truly earns its place as one of the most important nutrients for aging well. Magnesium is one of the most important and most overlooked minerals for maintaining healthy muscles, nerves, and bones, especially in older adults. It acts as a coordinator for muscle contractions and nerve signals, ensuring that your body moves smoothly and your nerves communicate properly. When magnesium levels drop, symptoms such as nighttime leg cramps, hand tremors, numbness, or persistent fatigue are common and often mistakenly chalked up to just getting older. Magnesium helps regulate muscle function by balancing calcium and potassium movement in and out of cells. Without enough magnesium, your muscles can become overly excitable, leading to involuntary twitches, spasms, or painful cramps, particularly during the night. This can disrupt sleep and leave older adults exhausted the next day. A 2020 study from the University of North Carolina found that adults over 65 with low magnesium levels were twice as likely to experience nighttime leg cramps compared to those with healthy levels. Take Mr. Walter, a 71-year-old retiree from Arizona. He suffered through countless nights of interrupted sleep due to severe calf cramps that would strike suddenly and painfully. He tried everything from stretching to using heating pads and even changing his pillows, but nothing helped. Eventually, his doctor ordered a blood test that showed a significant magnesium deficiency. After 2 months of supplementing with magnesium citrate and eating more leafy greens, beans, and nuts, his sleep improved dramatically and the cramps disappeared. In addition to muscle and nerve health, magnesium supports bone strength by helping direct calcium to where it belongs in the bones, rather than soft tissues or arteries. When magnesium is low, the bone mineralization process is disrupted, increasing the risk of osteoporosis and fractures. That's why magnesium is often included alongside calcium and vitamin D in bone health therapies for seniors. Foods rich in magnesium include spinach, kale, almonds, pumpkin seeds, cashews, bananas, avocados, and whole grains. However, modern diets, often high in processed foods and low in whole ingredients, tend to fall short in magnesium. Seniors are particularly vulnerable due to limited variety in their diets, digestive issues, or chronic conditions that affect absorption. In such cases, magnesium supplements can be a helpful solution. Magnesium citrate and magnesium glycinate are 2 highly absorbable forms that are gentle on the digestive system and ideal for older adults. A typical dosage ranges from 200 to 400 milligrams per day, depending on individual needs and deficiency levels. It's important to be aware that certain medications like diuretics, acid blockers, and some antibiotics can deplete magnesium over time, making regular monitoring essential. Once magnesium levels are restored, the benefits can be surprising. Older adults often report deeper sleep, fewer cramps, reduced numbness, better mobility, and an overall sense of well-being. Restoring this one mineral can help improve balance, increase flexibility, and support a more active, confident lifestyle. Potassium is one of the most vital electrolytes for muscle and heart health, especially in older adults. While it's commonly known for its role in blood pressure regulation, potassium also plays a crucial part in helping muscles contract smoothly, maintaining limb strength, and keeping nerve signals steady and accurate. Even a mild potassium deficiency can lead to muscle weakness, cramps, tingling, or a jittery feeling in the legs, particularly noticeable in the evenings. Potassium acts like a signal coordinator between the nervous system and the muscles. When blood potassium levels are low, nerve signals can become disrupted, leading to delayed reflexes, slight tremors, and difficulty controlling movements. That's why many seniors describe the sensation of their legs not cooperating or feeling unstable without knowing exactly why. A 2021 study from the Mayo Clinic identified low potassium as an independent factor, increasing the risk of falls among seniors living independently. Consider the story of Mrs. Teresa, a 77-year-old from Colorado. She had always led an active lifestyle, daily walks, senior dance classes, and gardening. But over time, she started to feel her legs weakening, especially in the late afternoon. On some days, she had to stop midway through her walks due to painful calf cramps. Blood tests revealed she had a mild potassium deficiency, likely from a combination of a low vegetable diet and a diuretic prescribed for high blood pressure. With dietary changes and a low-dose potassium supplement, her symptoms gradually improved, and she was able to return to her usual routine. Potassium also supports bone health by neutralizing excess acid in the body, which, if left unchecked, can cause calcium to be leached from bones. Diets high in sodium and low in potassium can lead to this calcium loss over time. So maintaining potassium levels is not only good for muscles, but indirectly essential for keeping bones strong as we age. The good news is that potassium-rich foods are widely available and easy to incorporate into a balanced diet. Bananas are a well-known source, but so are sweet potatoes, white potatoes with the skin, spinach, avocados, black beans, raisins, oranges, coconut water, and tomatoes. These foods also bring additional benefits like fiber and antioxidants, making them excellent choices for aging adults. The recommended daily intake of potassium is around 2,600 mg for women and 3,400 mg for men. However, for older adults with heart or kidney conditions, potassium intake should be closely monitored, as too much can lead to heart rhythm disturbances or kidney issues. Ideally, potassium should come from whole foods rather than supplements, unless otherwise directed by a healthcare provider. Keeping potassium levels in check supports smooth muscle performance, reduces numbness and fatigue, improves balance, and significantly lowers the risk of falls, a top concern in senior health. It's a simple but powerful way to maintain strength and confidence in everyday movement. Vitamin K doesn't get nearly as much attention as calcium or vitamin D when it comes to bone health, but it plays a critical behind-the-scenes role, especially for older adults. While calcium and vitamin D help build and strengthen bones, vitamin K acts as the silent coordinator, making sure that the calcium you consume ends up in your bones, not in your arteries or soft tissues where it can do harm. This vitamin does its job by activating a protein called osteocalcin, which binds calcium to the bone matrix. Without enough vitamin K, your body can't effectively use the calcium you get from food or supplements. As a result, bones may remain weak or brittle despite proper calcium intake, increasing the risk of fractures, particularly in vulnerable areas like the hips and spine. Vitamin K also plays a role in proper blood clotting, helping to prevent internal bleeding and easy bruising issues that can be more common as blood vessels weaken with age. More importantly, it helps prevent calcium from building up in the arteries, which is a known risk factor for atherosclerosis and high blood pressure. A 2019 study published in the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research found that seniors with low vitamin K levels had a 58% higher risk of hip fractures compared to those with adequate levels. Take Mrs. Margaret, a 78-year-old from Illinois. Over the course of 3 years, she suffered 2 falls that led to painful injuries. Despite regularly taking calcium supplements, a bone scan revealed significant osteoporosis. Further lab tests showed she was deficient in vitamin K, mainly due to a diet low in leafy greens. Her doctor recommended a dietary shift to include more spinach, kale, and broccoli, and even introduced her to natto, a fermented soybean rich in vitamin K2. Combined with her existing bone health regimen, Margaret's follow-up bone scan showed marked improvement. Vitamin K comes in 2 main forms: K1-phylloquinone, which is primarily found in leafy green vegetables like spinach, kale, and broccoli, and K2-menaquinone, found in fermented foods such as natto-aged cheeses, egg yolks, and liver. While K1 supports blood clotting and vascular health, K2 is particularly helpful in guiding calcium into bones. Even though the daily requirement for vitamin K is relatively low compared to other nutrients, consistent intake through diet is essential. Seniors taking blood thinners like warfarin need to be especially cautious, as vitamin K can interact with these medications. Any changes to vitamin K intake should be done under medical supervision. With a balanced diet that includes a variety of leafy greens and fermented foods, most older adults can maintain healthy vitamin K levels without the need for supplements. When vitamin K does its job well, bones become denser, less prone to fractures, and the musculoskeletal and vascular systems work together more efficiently, supporting a stronger, more active life in the senior years. Vitamin B6, also known as pyridoxine, is a water-soluble vitamin that plays a key role in hundreds of biochemical processes happening in the body every day. For older adults, vitamin B6 is particularly important for maintaining muscle strength, supporting nerve function, and aiding in protein metabolism. 3 pillars of a healthy and responsive musculoskeletal system. When B6 levels are low, it can lead to fatigue, poor recovery, impaired coordination, and a higher risk of falls. One of vitamin B6's most crucial roles is in the production of neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, and GABA. These chemicals directly influence mood, sleep quality, and the communication between the brain and muscles. When B6 is deficient, those signals can become delayed or erratic, causing tingling, numbness, burning sensations in the hands or feet, or a general clumsiness and lack of balance. These symptoms are often written off as just aging, and the underlying cause goes undiagnosed. B6 is also essential for breaking down proteins into energy and rebuilding muscle tissue. Without enough B6, older adults may find that they tire more easily, experience longer-lasting muscle soreness, or lose muscle mass over time. A 2020 study from the University of Michigan found that adequate B6 intake significantly improved lower body strength and stair climbing ability in adults over 70. Mr. Ronald, a 79-year-old retiree from Pennsylvania, is a great example. He had always been healthy and active, but over the course of a year, he began to experience frequent stumbling numbness in his legs when standing for too long and trouble sleeping. After several inconclusive doctor visits, he was referred to a clinical nutritionist who discovered that his vitamin B6 levels were significantly below normal. After starting a targeted plan that included B6-rich foods and a low-dose supplement, Ronald saw major improvements, deeper sleep-restored sensation in his legs, And perhaps most importantly, he was able to walk on uneven ground again without needing assistance. Vitamin B6 is found in a wide variety of foods, including chicken, tuna, salmon, bananas, potatoes, green beans, avocados, and whole grains. While most healthy adults can get enough through diet alone, seniors are at higher risk of deficiency due to reduced dietary variety, poor absorption, or hard long-term medication use. Certain medications, such as those for tuberculosis diuretics and treatments for Parkinson's disease, are known to deplete B6 over time. The recommended daily intake for older adults is about 1.7 milligallons for men and 1.5 milligallons for women. However, long-term supplementation in high doses can lead to nerve damage, so it's important to follow medical guidance and have levels monitored regularly if using supplements. When vitamin B6 levels are adequate, older adults tend to feel more agile, recover faster after physical activity, and experience improved balance and spatial awareness. In the bigger picture of senior health, B6 may be the missing link that supports independence, mobility, and quality of life well into the later years. We've just explored 7 essential vitamins and minerals that can help keep your legs strong, stable, and more flexible every single day as you age. Whether you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, always remember this. The strength of your legs is the foundation for your freedom, your confidence, and your quality of life. And here's the good news. You have the power to protect it, starting today. Whether it's through a little morning sunshine, a balanced meal, or the right supplement, every small step is an investment in an active, independent, and energized future. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and share it with your parents, grandparents, or anyone entering the golden years of life. And don't forget to subscribe to Healthy Daily and turn on the notification bell so we can keep bringing you more practical, valuable tips that are easy to follow. Got questions about senior nutrition? Or want us to cover a specific topic in our next video? Leave a comment below, because here at Healthy Daily we're always listening, and we're here to walk this journey with you. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay strong, stay well, and stay happy.